The secret genealogy of Jesus that few people realize.
Some stories are not just told to be passed down, but also to illuminate the steps of every human being on this earth. The genealogy of Jesus is one such story, a journey that begins in a glorious garden, traverses harsh deserts, bustling cities, glorious and dark dynasties, and finally culminates in a child born in a manger. Beginning from a lost garden, close your eyes and imagine. In the midst of peaceful skies and earth, there's a garden bathed in the light of dawn, ancient trees casting cool shadows, rivers winding like silver ribbons, birds chirp merrily, flowers bloom, and strange grasses stretch across the ground. This is the Garden of Eden, a place where mankind lived in perfect harmony with the Creator. But one day in that very garden, a whisper came from the serpent. A lie crept into the minds of Adam and Eve. You won't die. You will be like God. And then, with a bite of the forbidden fruit, everything changed forever. The garden gates were shut. A fiery sword flashed in the hands of the angel, and the bare feet of man touched the cold earth beyond. They lost paradise. Yet, in that very moment, amidst the profound sorrow, a promise was given. One day, the seed of the woman would crush the serpent's head, the enemy of humanity. That promise was the first ray of light cutting through the darkness. When the old paradise became a barren land. More than 4,000 years have passed. If you stand in southern Iraq today, where many scholars believe near the location of the Garden of Eden, what would you see? No longer the shimmering rivers or trees laden with fruit. Instead, cracked, dry fields, the sharp scent of oil in the air, and the hum of drilling rigs reverberating in the distance. But even though the landscape has changed, the old promise still remains. Like an underground spring flowing deep beneath the earth, it silently nourishes history, waiting to rise up at the appointed time. From the great flood to the call to leave Ur. As sin spread, the world sank into violence and wickedness. God used the great flood to purify the earth, and Noah and his family became keepers of the promise, stepping into a new era. Abram left, not knowing his destination, but trusting that he was following the one who had promised. The genealogy of Jesus is not filled with only glorious people. It includes Rahab, a foreign prostitute in Jericho who had the courage to believe and help the Israelites. It includes Ruth, a Moabite woman, a people once considered eternal enemies, yet through her faithfulness, she became the great-grandmother of King David. This tells us that God's plan is not limited by the past, lineage, or reputation. He chooses whom he wants and transforms their life stories into testimonies of his grace. God's double move. Like a skilled chess player, God made a double move, fulfilling his promise of David's throne while nullifying a curse that seemed impossible to escape. From David to Adam, a message for all nations. Matthew wanted the Jews to see that Jesus was the Messiah they had been waiting for. Luke, however, traced the genealogy all the way back to Adam, showing that Jesus is the Savior of all humanity. The first Adam brought sin and death. The second, Adam brought life and restoration. This message transcends borders, languages, and time. The genealogy of Jesus is the story of real people, with glory and failure, with renowned names and shameful pasts. It's like a mirror reflecting our own lives. No one is perfect, but anyone can be used in God's plan. If his genealogy included Rahab, Ruth, and David, then surely there is a place for you and me. From the lost Garden of Eden, through barren lands and across thriving and crumbling dynasties, God's promise stands firm. And when a child was born in a manger, that promise became flesh, entered history, and transformed the lives of millions to this very day.